What is going on? What is going on? How are you all doing today? This is the Rogue Pod, it's your man Hendo here, with my special guest, Yolanda. How are you doing, Yolanda?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I am well, thank you very much. And we've given the people a little bit of a surprise. We have a little pop-up stream right here, a patron requested stream. Give them something a little extra. Now I know it's been a busy, busy day. Listen, it started off with the Ravens giving away the tickets for the stadium game and the practices. Did you get your tickets?
I did.
Oh, did you get both or did you just get one?
I just got one.
Yeah, I got one myself. I got the stadium practice, but the other ones, like I was right there. Like I had the button on at 11 o'clock on the dot. Still
Yeah,
wouldn't let me do it.
I don't even know what I have. I have the stadium practice. That's what I have. That's what's in my inbox.
The 29th?
Oh, how do I know what day? I have to open it.
It should be the 29th. It should be the 29th. Um,
It
so
just
you
says your Baltimore Ravens training camp stadium practice ticket. It's available.
okay. So you didn't get the Redskins?
I
Oh
tried. I
man.
was on there like at 10:59. I really tried. I tried to get, and it just kept saying, it just kept circling. I was like, buffering, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay. So no, I couldn't get the Redskins.
Oh,
So
so sad.
sorry, gang. All of those who were, going to come out and hang out with me at the joint practice. I'm sorry I couldn't get the tickets.
Oh man. But listen, anyway, it's a good day. You got some tickets, others got tickets as well. And listen, we've been going all day long. Listen, if you don't know, Coach Evans, he just did a video on Lamar Jackson, and he also did number was it 16? Number 16 in the countdown. So he is
Awesome.
halfway through. So I encourage you to go over to More Sip Tally Films, which if you don't know, is for the streets. And check out those videos because listen, just to do a video sometimes it takes 4 or 5 hours. And for him to do 32 of them, 32 15 to 20-minute videos, it takes a lot of effort. So, I know to you all, it just seems like sit in front of the camera, talk a little bit, put it out to the world. It's not that simple. So please make sure you go over there and check it out. And listen, after this, because we're going to make this really quick, 7:15 p.m. Lunch break hot take, live stream Wednesday. Make sure once you leave here, you go directly over there and check out my guys. You never know who might be on there.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe not me, but let's see who is in here really quickly. We got Brandon Bazel. What's going on?
Hi,
We got
Brandon. Congratulations again.
congratulations on that wedding. We got LL in the house. What's up, big homie? How you feeling?
I love them.
Speaking of the aforementioned Sip to Tally, make sure you go to Sip to Tally as well and check out his channel. He does a lot of work. Y'all think I work hard? Nah. Coach Evans is the one. He puts out stuff on 2 channels. So make sure you check my man out
Yeah, hi,
and
Coach.
give him a follow. Also, Living Big with Big Reg. What's going on?
Big Rouge.
Trey talking Ravens all day, every day with Justin P. Thank you for stopping by. We got MDT Sports in the house. Raven 76.
There.
I'm sorry, Raven 76B more. Salute. What's going on? Oh, first, what is up?
Right
Yeah,
there.
man. She couldn't get the Cobra Commander sign that G.I.
I
Joe.
couldn't. I tried.
Hey, over Mike with OTR Mike.
I know,
What's
right?
up, Mike? How you feeling? Make sure you go check my man out too. He is so close. He's getting so close to 500 subscribers. So make sure that you go over to his channel and help him get there because YouTube has changed its monetization rules, and we're trying to get my man monetized. He puts in a lot of hard work, and it's the channel where the mic is open for interpretation. It's open for you, no matter who, what, when, where, why, the topic.
Yeah.
Go check my man out. I keep forgetting to saying, but I'm gonna get it down one day. I'm gonna get it one day. All right. So let's jump into why we are here. So I was going on the internet today and I saw an article and it said the top 10 bold predictions for the Baltimore Ravens in 2023. So being that we're on a time crunch, let's just jump into it.
Let's do
Is
it.
that's good for you?
Let's do it.
All right. All right. Reason number 10. It says reason bold prediction number 10. It says Lamar Jackson will throw for 4,000 yards. Me personally, I believe this is a no-brainer because as it says here, he threw for a career high 3,127 yards back in 2019 to the likes of Willie Snead and Miles Boykin. If he can do that with him, Seth Roberts and that crew under a running attack, imagine what he could do with all the weapons that have been brought in now, along with Todd Monken's system. Todd Monken made Baker Mayfield into a competent passer. Jameis Winston had 5,000 yards. So for me, I don't see why there is no reason Lamar Jackson won't kind of teeter on that 4,500, 5,000 yard mark this year, unless he gets hurt, unless we're in games. Another thing is with that 3,100 yards, that was a career high. He sat out most quarters. We were beating teams down so bad that Lamar Jackson, I think he sat out the equivalent of 3 games, 2.5 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of the media and Buffalo Bills fans, they like to compare Josh Allen and his last 3 seasons to Lamar's MVP season. But once again, Lamar sat out so many quarters
Mhm.
that it's really no competition.
Yeah.
Like if he'd have played in all those games, he was to pass 4,000 yards. He would have had over 40 touchdowns, along with the 1,200 yards rushing. So,
Yeah.
how do you feel about that?
I think it's definitely doable. I think he's going to surpass that 4,000 mark, and especially if D Hop, if you're listening, feel free to come on, join us over in the Ravens camp. You'll be so glad you did, and you can thank me later. So, with that addition of D Hop, I think it's absolutely doable, and I'm looking for a big season from him this year. And just make sure our O line can protect him and
Mhm.
keep our quarterback upright, and allow for him to have some time in the pocket. I think he's going to do great.
I agree. And shameless plug, if you have not already, make sure you check out. I just released a video earlier of the top 5 unsigned players in the NFL, not top 5 unsigned free agents, top 5 unsigned players. And DeAndre Hopkins is on that list somewhere. It might have been 5. I don't remember. But make sure you check it out. All right. So the ninth bold prediction is the Baltimore Ravens will have the league's best defense. Uh this one I this one I thought maybe it could be possible. Like they have the makings with Roquan Smith in the middle, with Marlon Humphrey. It's just to me the pass rush is going to be what kind of inhibits the team from moving forward. And I'm not throwing shade. You smile. I'm not throwing shade at your boys. I'm not throwing shade at your boys. I'm just saying it's just we listen. We let go of Justin Houston and JPP. We didn't resign him. That's a lot of production. Even if they were rotational players, that's a lot of production that you're giving up, and we're banking on young players. I do give credit to Mike McDonald. He is no longer a grad assistant. He is a full-fledged defensive coordinator, and I think that he is going to get a little bit better, especially seeing the NFL game from a defensive coordinator standpoint instead of a linebacking coach standpoint. So I think that will help. But the best defense in the league, I think they will be top 5.
Yeah, I
What do
was
you
going to
think?
say that. I was going to agree. Top five. I can see them top five, but number one, the best. I don't know. I don't know. San Francisco is the 49ers. They've got a lock on their defense, so I'm not sure about the best, but certainly top
Everyone forgets about San Francisco. Everybody forgets about them. They
five.
do have the best linebacking duo
Yeah.
in the NFL, and you can
Mhm.
quote me on that one.
They do. I I will
The
give that
best
to you.
duo. We have pieces, but they have the best duo.
I
Just
agree.
want, just want to throw that out there.
I agree.
All right, coming in at number 8. The number 8 bold prediction is Lamar Jackson wins the MVP. Now, before the season even started, and I think even before we signed OBJ, I think Brodney said that Lamar Jackson was going to win the MVP this year. And I truly believe, listen, Lamar Jackson with that 4 or 5,000 yards passing and approximately, I say he'll account for a total of 44 touchdowns. I think that he's going to win the MVP award. It's not far fetched. It's not without reach. The last 2 seasons before he got hurt, he was a front runner for the MVP, and it's just unfortunate the injuries beset him, and he wasn't able to go forward. So, to me, this one wasn't really a bold prediction. I just think it's something to fill up the numbers. How do you feel?
I don't know. I don't know if he's going to win MVP. I would love it if he did. I really would. Um, he's got some competition out there, so you can't forget Mahomes. You
Yeah.
can't gloss over him.
Okay.
I'm looking for a bounce back year from Josh Allen. Um, I'm also looking at what's the Browns quarterback, Deshaun
Deshaun
Watson.
Watson.
Not an MVP conversation. I'm not going to put him in MVP conversation, but I am expecting him to do really well this year.
Mhm.
and with especially with their the talent and the additions that they've added to their team. So, but MVP, I'd love it, but I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know.
let me ask you a question. So let's say Justin Jefferson, wide receiver,
Mhm.
Minnesota Vikings. Let's say he goes over 2,000 yards rushing, and I know that this is a quarterback-driven league. Do you think that if he goes over 2,000 yards, that there is a position outside of quarterback that could possibly be in there for MVP?
He's just been stand out since he came into the league, so I would not put it past him. The
Oh,
powers that be. Hey, Jared, I would not put it past them to expand the contention for MVP to something outside of the quarterback. So, and you mentioned the right person, Justin Jefferson. Let's add his name to the contentions. Like okay, he could really do outstanding this year, and then you can't overlook him.
okay. All right. Number 7. Rock Yassin is better this year than Marcus Peters on the Baltimore Ravens was last season. To me, if you know, I'm not that high on Rock Yassin, but to say that he's going to be better than Marcus Peters was last year, it's a no-brainer. Marcus Peters was coming off an injury, and he didn't look anything like the player that he was prior. It's normally takes a year and a half, 2 years to actually reacclimate yourself back into the league, the physicality, everything else. So he didn't play well. He knows he didn't play well. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's not far fetched.
yeah, it's not far fetched, but you have to look at the reason why. If that statement is true about Rock Sin, why it could be true, and to compare someone who is fully healthy, not coming off of any type of injury, to someone who is coming off of a major injury, I think that's kind of unfair. But you know, I would rather them have tried to compare him to someone who was similarly situated in terms of physicality, in
Mhm.
terms of like someone who hasn't been injured. I would have preferred that type of comparison, but I mean, yeah, it is a no-brainer.
Yeah, I will agree totally. All right. So number 6, Lamar Jackson leads the Baltimore Ravens to the Super Bowl. Listen,
Ugh,
if you are a Baltimore Ravens fan, this right here is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Like, what do you think? Listen, I was well, no, I won't say it's a no-brainer. I have to take that back. I'll honestly say for myself, this is the first season outside of the 2019 season that I believe that the Baltimore Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl. Everybody can always say every year, "Oh yeah, I thought the Ravens were Super Bowl contenders." You can say that, but did you really believe it? We thought that they can make the playoffs and possibly make a little run, but no one truly believed that they were going to win the Super Bowl. I think this year, Lamar Jackson with his MVP and his 4,000 yards passing, I think this is the season that he's going to put every narrative to bed. How about you?
I think the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl is certainly the ceiling. Obviously that you can't get higher than that, of course. But I think the floor for me, at least,
Yeah.
is the AFC championship game. I think we at least need to make it there. Hi, Baltimore Raven. We at least need to make it there. And while I think no matter what Lamar accomplishes this year, there always will be naysayers. There's always going to be, well, he didn't do this enough. Yeah, he got over 4,000 yards, but he should have done this better, or he could have done that better. So there'll always be naysayers that have something to say. But I do think that this team,
Hmm.
and I'm interested to see under the new coordinator, Todd Monken, what can happen. So I want to also be very cautious about tempering expectations simply because we have a new coordinator.
Okay.
And I want to allow breathing room. I want to allow room for growth. I want to, I need to see him in action with this team. And so I'm carving out a space for that as well.
All righty. Well, we have reached the halfway point of this list. So before we continue any further, like I said, this is a patron requested stream. And if anybody knows me, they know I love my patrons. Like this is a family. This is not just people that gather around just to support content creators. We are truly a family. We are truly one, as you all know, because you all come here every week. And I just would like to say that today is two of our patrons' birthdays. Two of our patrons share the same birthday. The third one, I don't know the third one because one is a twin. So I just would like to say, hey, happy birthday to
Happy
Jared Green,
birthday, Jared.
and also happy birthday to Yolanda B.
That's so nice. Thank you. Yeah, Jared, my birthday twin. I guess we're triplets because you have a twin brother. So happy birthday to you.
Indeed, indeed.
And
Happy
thank
birthday.
you.
Yes. And you know what else I just found out today?
I'm sorry.
You all share a birthday with LaShawn McCoy.
Really?
Yes, today is his birthday.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. I didn't know.
Yeah, that is so sweet. All right.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say to the people before we continue?
Oh, I just want to tell you all thank you all so much for hanging out with us today on this random pop up stream. Thank you. And thanks for the birthday wishes. I see them coming in. Oh, that's very, very kind of all of you. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. I know it's a pop up stream, but you guys are so faithful and you guys are consistent. And that means a lot. It speaks to your character and it speaks to who you all are, as a bunch. So thank you.
Facts, facts, facts. All right. Yes, yes, Jared. Happy birthday, bro.
Me too.
Oh, and Charlie Murphy. Yes, R.I.P. to Charlie Murphy. Charlie
Oh,
Murphy. Oh, y'all got a lot of famous people on your birthdays. I only share a birthday with Mary J. Blige, so
oh, okay.
it's not
She's
a
one of
shame
my
for us.
favorites.
It's not a shame at all. But yes, happy birthday to you all. And listen,
Thank you.
appreciate the love that you're showing them. And
Yeah, thank you so much.
for the rest of the patrons, let me know when your birthday is. We can give you a shout out, put a little something up on the board. All right. So
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
I was just saying, yes, absolutely. If you're celebrating a birthday in this month, let us know.
Or any month. It
Or
doesn't.
any month, whenever your birthday is, if you feel comfortable.
Yes. Yes. If you feel comfortable, it's no pressure. All right. Let's jump back into this countdown. Coming in at number 5, the double O's hit double digits for the Baltimore Ravens. And if you don't know who the double O's are, it's going to be Ojabo and Owe. That's why I didn't say anything about them earlier because I knew this was coming up. I, I, I knew this was coming up. So I'm not even going to say anything because I listen. I've threw my point out there incessantly. So I'm going to let you speak about it. So how do you feel about the double O's both hitting double digit sacks for the Baltimore Ravens coming up?
That's a lofty goal. I'll say that. For both of them to hit double digit sacks, that's a lofty goal. I'm not going to say that. I don't know that that's going to happen. I'd love it to happen. I'd love that to be true, but I want to be realistic. So, like, I think for me, I'd be happy with eight apiece. Eight apiece. If both of them, the O and O combo, can get 8 sacks each, I think I'd be happy.
So you think that they can get 8 sacks apiece?
It's lower than the double digits apiece. I mean, I'm trying to like I'll find a way to thread the needle here. So, but I mean, realistically, 5, 6, but I would like to see 8.
Hmm. So you'd be satisfied with 8. So a first and a second round pick, one being a second round pick that supposedly, if he had not had gotten injured, would have been a top 15
Thank
pick.
you, Ferris.
And just, I mean, what are you saying? I'm not. What are you saying? What's going on?
I'm
All
going
right.
to wait and see. I'm going to reserve comment. As I've already told you all several times before, if it means that at the end of the season, if Hendo will have me back on his show at the end of the season, I can come back and say, hey, y'all, like, you guys, I was really, really way off. But I mean, I'm going to, listen, shoot for the moon. And if you miss, you'll be among the stars. So I'm going to do that. I heard that saying one day. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go with a lofty goal of 8.
Okay. I mean, that's not too bad of a goal. Um,
Thank you, Dre.
I think for one of them, it is attainable.
Yes, you're right. For Odafe, it certainly is. And make sure you go over to Mr. Galloway's channel. He does great content on all things hip hop.
Yes, like she said. All right, coming in at number 4. It says J.K. Dobbins will double his career rushing total. For his career, J.K. Dobbins has 1,325 rushing yards. And according to this publication, they believe that he's going to eclipse that number this upcoming season. Now, I know he's had a problem the last few years with being healthy, Do you think that he can stay healthy for a full season and get 13 plus 100 yards? Me personally, I'm not saying he can't do it. He definitely has the ability. But the issue that I have is with this new offense, are we going to run the ball enough? Because now Lamar Jackson is going to have the time and the opportunity to make audibles. And if teams stack the box, now he can get out of the play. So I don't think that we're going to run as much. I don't think Lamar's going to run as much. So do you think that there's any way possible JK can get over
Mhm.
that 1,300-yard mark?
Ooh, it'll be tough for the reasons that you stated. And my biggest concern with JK is staying healthy, his ability to stay healthy. Now, I know he, you know, tried his best last season to kind of like have a bounce back year. To me, it really wasn't bounce back,
Mm-hmm.
but um, it just depends on where he is. And I know they say with those types of injuries, it takes like one full year
Mm-hmm.
to recover, to fully recover, maybe even up to 2 years or a year and a half to 2 years, just depending on the severity. But
Right.
I mean, if he can stay healthy, there's a possibility, but I don't know that he can eclipse that number just because of the fact that I don't think we're going to be a run dominant team this year.
Okay. Number three, it says that Ronnie Stanley gives the Baltimore Ravens a full season. Now, I know this has not happened in a long time, and unbeknownst to a lot of people, Ronnie Stanley has not really played a full season, but I think once or twice, maybe. Do you think that his injury history is
Yeah,
behind
that's a
him?
hot Ronnie Stanley.
Hmm?
Ronnie Stan. You were frozen for a second, but Ronnie Stan. So I missed the last
Stupid
part of what you
StreamYard.
said,
I'm sorry.
but
Stupid StreamYard.
it's fine. But Ronnie Stanley being able to stay fully healthy and play a full season, that's like a dream. That would be lovely. I hope he can. I really hope he can. Um, if he can, I think we are, like you said, Super Bowl bound. I do think for us to be Super Bowl bound, we need Ronnie. We need him. It's not a question of, oh, I think we can make it if we don't have him. I just think that we are a much better offense when Ronnie Stanley is on the field. It's something to be said about his presence. So if he can stay healthy, I think we're, you know, but
I'm in
a
good
full
shape.
season, ooh, I'd
That's a
love to
big
see it.
yeah. I'd love to see it as well. Because listen, a lot of people give him a lot of grief, and there were some people that said during the offseason last season that we should trade him. But he is one of the top left tackles in the league
It
when he
is.
plays. Like you could see that the offense is a different offense when he's playing. So
Yeah,
hopefully he can get it done. We just need to worry about the op on the other side of the
we
field.
do. We do.
That op. Uh,
Morgan, Morgan Moses. What are we doing, buddy? What are we doing this year? So he just needs to get it together. But I think he will. I hope he will. I do.
oh,
But I do think that you know Ronnie's position is a premium position. So you know, there's that.
uh-oh.
Hi, Raven 76. Be more.
Somebody car getting broken into?
I don't know what's going on outside, and it's not my business, so I'm not
All right.
worried about it. Hopefully, they stop it. I think it's somebody's alarm.
Okay. All right. So the second bold prediction for the 2023 season for the Baltimore Ravens is Ben Cleveland wins the job and is not a drop off from Ben Powers. To me,
Oh,
this is a very bold prediction. I think this bold prediction should have been number one because just with the competition that he has from what is it, John Simon, Salah, Faalele. Like I just think that his spot is not secure. He's another one of EDC's third round picks that just didn't cut it. Like if he can pass the conditioning test on the first time, that'll give me more hope than anything else.
yeah.
He's a big dude, and I hate the fact that the Ravens draft size, weight, speed. They don't draft people that can play. They
Yeah,
draft size, weight, speed, and hope that they can develop into something a little bit more. And a lot of times, more times than not, it doesn't pan out. So for him to win that starting left guard job, I don't think so because you wouldn't be trying me. If, in my opinion, you wouldn't be trying so many people out at that position if he had a firm hold on it.
I agree. I absolutely agree with that 100%. Yeah, the conditioning test and his lack of passing it successfully last year was, it says a lot. So we'll see.
We shall see. And we have reached the number one
Okay.
bold prediction for the Baltimore Ravens for the 2023 season. And that is Rashod Bateman clears 1,000 yards with the Baltimore Ravens. For me, I thought, yeah, that's pretty bold. Yeah, it's a pretty bold prediction. Listen,
Yes.
2 seasons in the NFL, 2 seasons on injured reserve. Um, and I think that some of it had to do with Steve Saunders. Some of it had to do with the Ravens strength and conditioning program. But for him to get 1,000 yards, a couple things have to happen for me to see him get that. Not to say that he's not talented enough to do it, which I think he is, but with all the additions that we have, because you got to think Zay Flowers has got to get his touches.
He
I
does.
think that Nelson Aguilar, as much as we clown him, he's going to be a more integral a part of the offense than we believe because he and Lamar have a chemistry. They have a rapport going now with these
They do.
practices. You got OBJ getting his, but more importantly, his safety blanket is Mark Andrews. So for Rashod Bateman to get 1,000 yards, I think Mark Andrews has to not get 1,000, and Lamar's just going to spread that ball around. So it's doable, but do you see him doing it?
I just want to know if Bateman is going to be fully healthy because that's, for me, that's question number one. Because if he's not fully healthy, all the rest of it doesn't matter. So,
I mean,
and the answer would be no.
everybody's saying Bateman 850 yards. I mean, I
If
don't know.
if he's healthy, I can see Bateman. I can see Bateman's numbers being up there. 800, I don't know, maybe, but certainly 600, maybe seven. I think that's reasonable. But for me, it all depends on his whether he's healthy or not.
His availability.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want for him to get it, but see, this is another conundrum that I see the organization being in. So let's say, for instance, Rashod Bateman stays healthy this year. He does moderately well and gets his 850 yards, right?
Hmm.
Next season, they decide not to pick up his fifth-year option.
Ugh.
Once again, it's the same cycle that we've been seeing with a lot of these first-round picks for the Ravens. You
Yeah.
get them, they don't do much in the first couple of years. They do semi well in the third year. We expect a lot in the fourth, and then they move on somewhere else. So not only do we have the potential, because he's not happy here anyway,
No,
especially
he's
with John
not.
Harbaugh. So with the potential of him being unhappy and other people wanting to leave, OBJ's not guaranteed to stay for another year because he signed to a 1-year deal. Like this needs to be the year that we take it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I think it's I'm not going to say make or break season, but it certainly is a big deal. And
So,
hi, Agent E. Thank you for coming, stopping by. I do think it's a very big it's a pivotal season. I'll say that. I'm not going to say make or break, but it certainly is a season that carries a lot of implications. I think
okay.
this season really could change the trajectory of where the Ravens organization stands moving forward.
Facts, 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 facts. I believe that as well. All right. So we've made it through the list. We've
Yes.
kept it under time. We're about to get up out of here so you all can get ready. Like I said, 7:15. Make sure you head over to Lunch Break Hot Take. Hottest show out there. Dope brothers. Listen, Ravens content, Panthers content, but most of y'all already know because y'all watch them anyway. So for the people in the replay, make sure you go check out that channel, subscribe. All the brothers out there. Anything that you want to say to the people before we go?
I just want to thank you all so much for the kind birthday wishes. Thank you so much. It means a lot. And you guys, like Hendo said earlier, it is like family. Like, I can come on here and I feel very comfortable to talk with you all, interact. So I appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you for coming every time there's a stream. You all are reliable. You are consistent and you
Click,
all
click.
are dedicated. So thank you so much. Before you leave, take 2.5, hit the like button. If you're new, welcome. Hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on replay, let us know your thoughts on some of the 10 hot takes or the 10 topics that the
Bold predictions?
newscasters, bold predictions, thank you, that have been made about the Ravens. Let us know your thoughts. So, but again, thank you all so much, and I hope to see you all soon.
Yes. And listen, I would be remiss before I leave here to not remind you all. Listen, you all know what's going to happen August the 4th of this year, it's going to be the Roundup Meetup meet and greet at Bus Boys and Poets. So make sure you go over to eventbrite.com, get your tickets if you have not. These tickets earn you loyalty points to the channel, which will get you a prize at the end of each month. Come get you some fun, some games, some prizes, free food, free drinks, just fellowship. Like I said, this is a family and we are guaranteed that you will have a good time. So make sure you join us. Don't forget eventbrite.com, the Roundup Meetup. Get your tickets today. Anything else before we go?
No, certainly. Please make sure you get your tickets. Tickets are limited, so I hope to see you all there. And
Yes,
thank you,
indeed.
Agent E. I appreciate it. Thank you
Yes,
for the
indeed.
birthday wish.
Appreciate you all for the love that you show us. Appreciate you all for the shout outs. Hey, Jared, make sure you tell your brother that we said happy birthday as well.
Happy
I'm not
birthday.
sure if he's around and he can hear us, but just know he's part of the family too. Listen, just because he ain't around, don't mean that we don't want to wish him well wishes like everyone else. So appreciate you all hanging with us. And until next time, y'all,
Hey, you
I'm
gotta say
out.
your saying.
That's not for this
I
show.
know, but last time you missed a part of it, so we gotta say it.
I miss, you know, I got to remember this.
You
Okay,
did.
listen. All right, always remember, think for yourself. Formulate your own opinions. Do not give it to conformity. And most importantly, be somebody important. Be yourself. And now, can we be out?
We can take care of